Good morning everyone, welcome to Guy John Port again. So the plan today, as you can see, we're just in the process of packing down, so table out, jackery, sterilising bottles. So the plan today, we're going to head probably 3-4 hours west and get on the right northwestern tip of Spain, Santiago de Compostela. The reason we're going to do that is we're scheduled to be there for 3 or 4 nights, so what we want to do is we want to get somewhere relatively central and then get a bit of a camp set up again, and then try and sort of see as much as we can, but being able to drive away relatively easily. So that's the plan, and as always, as we set off, we'll find out where we're going to stay when we set off. But like I say, it's just a case of just packing away at the moment, which does take a little bit of time. But what I might do, we might try and get Lisa to do a video in the future about sort of what the morning looks like or whatever, with the wee man's bits and pieces or whatever. So we'll see you when we get to Santiago de Compostela. And once again, what lay ahead of us was some of the wildest driving conditions that I've ever experienced. Where's that come from? Is it here? Was it a summit or something like that? Hang out there. Look, the house at the 698 metres, yeah, that, I think this is the summit then. Holy shit. Oh my god. 70% of the way up Snowdon. I mean, literally, you can't see hardly anything that way because it's just clouds. So we've just driven 4 hours. It's probably taken us to get here to Santiago de Compostela, and wow, what a difference it's made with the weather. Let me just show you how glorious this is. So this is what we've drove hours and hours and hours to. We're going to get back in the van. It's freezing. I'm worried about putting the bloody pop top up with the wind. It's very, very windy. Good morning everyone. We've got a confession to make. We've been very, very bad. When we arrived yesterday, the weather was horrendous. Literally the rain was horizontal, and I didn't really want to risk putting the pop top up. If anything happens to the pop tops to get damaged for whatever reason, you may as well cancel the whole trip. It would be an absolute disaster. So when we came in Compostela, there's these little wooden apartment things. So there was a Spanish couple next to us. They'd done exactly the same thing, but they've trashed the grass. So we stayed in one of these little wooden huts, which, to tell you the truth, was very, very, very nice indeed. I'll give you a little bit of a tour. Kitchen area, little dining area, little sofa area, TV. Into the bedroom. Nice little bedroom, and then a nice big shower. So, for those of you that have ever done van life or had an extended period of van life, know that you have to compromise your hygiene. So what was nice this morning was just getting in the shower and just having like a 20-minute shower, trying to clean myself off properly or whatever. So we're supposed to be here for 2 nights, but because we didn't get the pop top up last night, we're not going to bother staying here. Drive up to the top and get the pop top up and get the camper set up for 1 night. So what we're going to do is we're going to chalk a day off here, and we're going to head south to Vigo, which is the last stop this side of Portugal in Spain. So we're down for, on the route, on the plan, we're down for 3 or 4 nights there. I think it might even be 4 or 5. So it just means that we're leaving here a day early. The weather forecast down there after, well, today, the rain stopped there now. So, you know, for the next week, it's all suns and stuff like that on the weather apps. So we're going to go and chase the sun and get out of this rain. We've had like five days of it now. It's been pretty intense, so I won't lie, I've been testing and I'll be glad to see the back of it. But as with the others, I'm going to put links on for the airs where we've stopped, and we'll also we'll share a link for our search for sites and our park for nights, so you can see the places that we've stayed and we've reviewed. But we got here last night at about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. To be fair, it's the first time driving up to a place I felt just a bit, literally it's in the middle of nowhere, it's just south of the middle of nowhere. So I did feel just a tiny little bit anxious, but within 2 minutes they just made you feel so welcome. You know, there was a picture, we took a picture of a woman who was holding Rory. She was kissing his feet inside his onesie and, you know, kissing him on the cheek and all that sort of stuff. So they were just so nice. Everyone that we've met all along the route and all along the trip so far. France has been amazing. Spain has just been something else. So hopefully that continues really, and it just goes to show, you know, how nice everyone is, and, you know, preconceptions of people. But everyone here has been absolutely amazing. Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. So today is Sunday the 22nd of January. It's about 10 o'clock here. It's day 2 of having nice weather. I'd say that 5-day period that we had coming from northern Spain was just absolutely wild. Like weather conditions like I've never seen, like the wind, the rain, the fog driving through Vigo. It's been absolutely mad. So it's been nice to have a good bit of weather, to be fair. Just means you can get on top of jobs in the camper. Yesterday we got here, not yesterday, the night before, but yesterday I didn't even pick up a camera, just had a day, just a bit of relaxing. I didn't even pick a camera up all day. So we went and did jobs in the camper, got the camper all unpacked and opened up all the vents and stuff like that. So it's what I call it a consolidation day really. Just means that we can get on top of all the jobs that need doing and stuff like that. So we're pretty good really. We're not forecast to be in Portugal for another 5 or 6 days. We're a little bit ahead of schedule because we tried to escape the rain. So the plan is going to be, we're going to walk up a big hill. There's like a big castle on a hill up here, so the plan is we're going to try and walk up there today and take it from there really. It feels a bit more holiday today. The last couple of days I felt like, well, not yesterday, but last few days I felt like a bit of a battle. Do you know what I mean? Because of the rain and all that sort of stuff. They must have had 2 feet of rain everywhere. It's absolutely sodden. But like I say, although it's chilly in the morning, it's like 5-6 degrees. Highs of about 13-14 degrees every day, which isn't too bad really. I'm only wearing shorts and a hoodie. Just got this guy out for his morning walk. I quite like this time of the day really. Just gives me a chance to do a little bit of freelance exploring and seeing what's about. To be fair, I'm glad that we got the awning out and got the awning dried. That was stressing me out. I carrying that extra weight in the storage box. Must have easily added on an extra 10 kg. I'm already pretty close to the limit, so that's sorted now. Did about 6 miles walking today with that bloody hill. We have mad architecture here. That's like a little stone house on what look like little concrete toadstools, and there's loads and loads and loads of them dotted about. Really cool. Love to know how old they are. I was saying to my sister this morning, the campsite that we're on, it's probably my least favourite place we've stayed so far, and that's nothing against society. It's a nice site and all that, but it's just, I don't know, I think we've been spoilt really by where we've stayed and where it's had such amazing like character and stuff like that just feels a bit soulless, to be fair. And I'll show you when we get back. I'm not sure if I've shown you before, but I'll definitely show you when we get back, when I show you around the site a little bit. On our row, bear in mind our transit's 4.97 long, 50 centimetres for the storage box, so let's say 5.5 metres, 6 metres at an absolute push. Like, on our row you're expected to get 6 caravans in, and I don't know how you do that. It is right tight. You know, I say you'd struggle to get 6 transits in, so I don't know how on earth they plan on getting 6 pitches and stuff like that. Where we're due to go today, it looks massive. Walking up, I think it's 3 miles out, 3 miles back from the campsite, but no doubt I'll have Rodrigo on the front. Some more interesting, well, that's interesting to me. Some more interesting architecture. So you've got that, this nice, looks like a fruit garden here. It turns into like this homemade castle wall. It turns into like this homemade castle wall. Big massive gate at the front with must be the name of the people that live there. It says Martinez. I think they must have made that themselves. More bits down here. It's lovely. And a little thing at the top there where you can look out to the sea. Lovely. A couple of gravestones there as well. Some of the buildings and the history around here is brilliant. Little bird watching area up there. How I've noticed in Spain, there's loads and loads and loads of herons and cormorants. I don't know whether they're protected out here or whatever, or whether they're embraced, but they're classed as a bit of a nuisance back home. I've seen loads of them. Good afternoon everyone. We're just about to climb Mount, what's it called?
Santa Trega mountain.
Santa Trega mountain. Now it says it's only 2.7 miles away, but I mean there's cars that are going up that look like little dots. But I'm set off now. What time is it?
It is 6 minutes past 4.
6 minutes and it goes dark at 7.
Yeah, you should have time.
Should have time. Right, what facts have you got?
I've got no bullet chunk facts at the minute, but it does have 2 peaks. One called Olfacho and San Francisco, offering fantastic panoramic views of the mouth of the Minho River, Portugal, the Atlantic Ocean and the Orozal Valley.
That's a good fact.
Lots of history though. I'll come back to you with some more facts once I've digested them.
So we're still walking. I haven't even got onto the path yet. I don't know where the path is, but this mountain is supposed to be up there. And it says we're about a mile away from it. I just don't know how it's going to get us up there really. It says the path's left in 250 yards. Right, gives the facts, babe.
Some facts.
We've been rehearsing these, so.
We've not. Straight from Google. Santa Trega is a Castro-Roman settlement. It was inhabited between 100 BC and 100 AD, in a period when the process of Romanisation of the northwest of the Iberian Peninsula had already begun. Despite this, the construction system reflects techniques that respect the Castro tradition and has seen very little Roman influence. Proof of human presence approximately 2,000 years prior to the settlement's construction is confirmed by the petroglyphs or rock engravings left in various locations in that area. We're going to stop on the way up to see a partly restored Iron Age Castro de Santa Trega, and at the top we'll find a 16th century chapel, an interesting small archaeological museum on Castro culture and a couple of cafes and souvenir stalls. So, in non-Google terms, it's bloody old. And show you the wee man. He's gone.
He's gone. He's gone. Hoping to put us on this path soon enough. My car's and hamstrings are already burning. To take it in turns, push to push chair, but we didn't want to just bring the baby carrier just in case. That's very nice of you. Don't want to just bring the baby carrier, because we wanted to carry a bag up for nappies and a bottle and all that sort of stuff. So we're in between the Devon and the deep blue sea, really, so we've had to bring everything. But, hopefully we'll have a decent view up the hill soon. So there's the sign for Trega, which is pointing out in which way that we're going. My main concern is that this is the start of the trail. There's some guy, nice little, I think it's a church. And there's another one of those little buildings that I was talking about before with like that one doesn't look like it's got toadstools on that one. Must be a religious thing. Wonder what this is. I don't know if it's like a monastery or something. It's got a bit of a gym outside, a couple of chessboards over there. Very nice. We think this is why it's been so short, well, it's going to be such a short distance, is that we've got 1.2 miles left, and I've got a sneaky feeling that it's going to be like this the whole way up. Oh, and there's the sea. And that's the mouth to the... No, and that's the Atlantic Ocean, yeah? And as you can see just there, that is where we are heading, right at the top. I'm already out of breath. So just as you can see right on the horizon, those hills there, the other side of that water and that marshland, that is Portugal. Everything that you can see over the water is Portugal. You're doing a good job, babe. I don't know what that is. A little concrete thing, steps, like more concrete benches there.
So here,
yeah.
you follow that road, the road's going out, come back in. If you take the path's cutting through the road.
What if I don't? Oh, put the road.
Yeah.
Right, well.
I'll push him now. Go on that one.
No, you hold him.
The path cuts through basically a road that loops round again and loops round again. So we're going to just try and get the views through the path because we're already pretty knackered and we want to get back while there's still daylight. Hang on. I think it wanted us to cut through those steps. Okay, hang on. Because I don't think we're going in the right direction now, but once we're going to bend we will be.
I'm going to try my best to communicate properly rather than just you guys listen to me pant wildly like some sort of a pig for the next 2 or 3 minutes. So obviously the road adds an extra 2 miles onto the trip.
Wow.
And we haven't got time to do that. Oh wow. That's a pretty good view. I'm not convinced 100% yet it was worth that bit of a walk, but it's a nice view nonetheless. But as I was saying, the road had an extra couple of miles onto the journey because of the way in which it zigzags. So on the map it was just it's just steps, but managed to find like a dirt track that we could take, which will hopefully get us up there at the same time. So just over there by the sun is where we're heading to. And I'm hoping this is the first part of the walk. This is what, an iron what? A what? Which means it's a Spanish thing, an Iron Age, not an Ice Age, an Iron Age Spanish thing. We'll show you when we get there. Loads of kids there playing football. It's like all the parents are having or the kids are having a party or whatever. There's a lot of people there. Sure they haven't walked up here and playing football. I'm going to get a taxi back down. Who's a good boy? He's a good boy. You got a little slippy? Who's a good boy? He's a cheeky boy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Look at that drill. This looks like it might have been an old football ground. See if I can try and get you a better view. Dugouts there. Does that side. That's an old stand now, so I can't see. I've got you on the top picture. Problem being is that there's a whole load of steps there now which keep cutting out the big bends, but we can't carry them up 30-40 steps at a time, so it's now 1.3 miles from the top because we've got to go the roadway. It's the only trip I've ever known that's doubled in length since we started. Worst thing was, I said, are there going to be any steps? I was told no, no steps.
I said surely not.
There'll be no steps.
I didn't say that.
Nice view though.
It'll be amazing when we get to the top. We've still got 0.8 of a mile to go.
0.8, I thought what did we have? 1.3 when we set off?
1.2 when we got to that bit when we started talking, and then it went to 0.8 of a mile, but because that path was slightly careering off, it never really closed the gap.
Jesus. Now I don't think you're going to be able to see it, so I might have to film it on my iPhone so you can see it, but right in the very distance down here is that little castle place that I showed you earlier on. I'm going to put an overlay of the iPhone footage on now so you can see it. Just take a second to appreciate the view from up here. Still got quite a way to go. As you can see up there, the sun's just starting to go behind the mountains, so I just hope we get up there to catch the sunset. But as you can see, the road winds and up and winds up and winds up. My calves are killing. The funny thing is this road, how it winds and all that sort of stuff, is probably the sort of road that you'd see on Top Gear or John and Mandy or something like that, but instead of having announced to drive it, we're frigging walking it. So down there there's kids playing. There's a football stadium that we were at before.
Oh, that's cool, I can see it.
Yeah. And this is where we're at. I've got my green bag on. I've got the wee man at the front. We saved the San Miguel so we can have a little get to the top celebration. But it's, well, should have been an hour up. Seems like it's taken an absolute lifetime. I think we're about 10 minutes from the top now, but it's been a right debacle. So we've got this bit roped off. I don't know why. Probably because you're not supposed to walk on it. This is that thing about what they're on about. This must be where the cavemen drawings are, babe, on here. Yeah. I'm assuming that's what all this stuff means here. You're doing a good job, babe. We're nearly there. Oh, he's just burped. I'm surprised rocking him about in this thing, I tell you. There'll be no bloody wind left in him. We must be nearly there now, babe. Big doggy. Focus on the floofer, babe. We're going back the roadway. It's too much, it's too intense. Just been given a brief bit of history. Can tell them again?
Don't really know that it was a brief bit of history, but it's the circles that lets them know that it was the Certa or Sarta era rather, well, it's more influenced by that than Romans, even though there was Roman civilization here.
It's quite cool down there.
Very cool.
And there's two doggies. Getting closer now. Some gravestones on the roadside.
Oh, there's a chapel.
Is that a chapel, is it?
I'm assuming that's a chapel.
Woo! Tell me more.
That's all I know.
Oh, it's a good start. 16th century chapel apparently, that. I mean, you can understand why they built a chapel up here, can't you? Close to that edge, Jesus. And you can understand why they built a chapel up here, can't you? What a view. And imagine before all these houses were here and all that sort of stuff, it'd be amazing. Some of the most spectacular scenery that I've seen for a long, long time. So just been up some steps. I mean, that's not a great view. Let's try this side. I mean, I'm scared of heights, me, so this is making me very uncomfortable. Oh. Let's get right to the look down there. Doggy. This is just in the distance there. I think there's some bars and restaurants up there, so I'm gonna knack about 2 pints, I think. This is lovely, this. The sun's just about to set. Well, in about 20 minutes. I thought we'd be back down by now, but I'm at the bloody top. And that's the thing really for me about this, is I'm not seeing a single English person here. And so that's a great thing really about van life and about doing road trips and stuff like that, is that you get to find things which, you know, off the beaten track that not many people know about. Like I say, we just came here because it was the only campsite that was open 12 months of the year, and then all of a sudden, you know, we've got a bit of sun. I think I've caught the sun a little bit. And you've got things like this in front of you, and then on that side you've got that. It's just absolutely stunning. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm saying now I'm at the top, it's easy to say I'm glad we walked it rather than drive up, because we would have missed all those bits and pieces. I mean, I'm not enjoying these steps down, not one bit. Oh, this is horrible, this. Another thing I've got at the back of my mind is our first video premieres tonight at 9 o'clock this time. It's now 6 o'clock. Can't think we're going to be back down in time for. We might miss our own premiere. So what, isn't it? You know, the viewpoint up there, another vantage point. I'm not sure whether that's a house. If that's a house, what a view that's got. So that's where I was over there, where that lady in pink's walking now up to the top. This is the actual top. I think there's another place up there where you can go. I was going to see if he sells beer, if he's open. I've drank myself 2 pints for being brave.
Mind your thing.
What?
15 minutes away.
Can be 3 in by that point. So I've just left Lisa feeding the wee man. Like she mentioned earlier on, there's 2 summits to this Mount Trega, so I've done one, which was horrendous, and this must be the second one now. So I'm just gonna make my way up to the top of it now. Try not to break my bloody ankle. Oh Jesus. Truly spectacular end to a spectacular afternoon in Guarda, just south of Vigo. And we're going to go and watch the I was going to stay there for the sunset, but if I don't go and watch it with Lisa, I think she'll be pissed off, so I'll show you in a minute.